Since the EIC Accelerator keeps changing and the deadlines can be very confusing, let me just give you the summary of how this looks like in 2026. With AI, there's a lot of misinformation because it keeps regurgitating the old information and presents it as new, but it's completely false. I see it all the time. So for step 1, there are 12 deadlines. It's always the first Tuesday of the month, not the first Wednesday, the first Tuesday of the month. So just look at your calendar. The first Tuesday of the month, that is an EIC Accelerator deadline every single month. If you look at the official call, you see that it closes in December. The reason for it closing in December is because it's open all year, but there's a badge every single first Tuesday of each month. So that's very important to know. So you have 12 deadlines for step 1, always the first Tuesday of the month. And then for step 2, you have 6 deadlines. So that's half of the step 1. For step 2, the rule is very simple. Every second first Wednesday of the month. So take every first Wednesday of the month and then strike out half of them. Every second first Wednesday of the month. If you want to see the deadlines, just look at my websites. I have a counter for step 1. You can see it always counts to the first Tuesday of the month. And then also for step 2, I have all the deadlines there. And for the step 3 interviews, now we go from 12 to 6 to 3. You have 3 interviews for step 3. So that means 12 step 1, 6 step 2, 3 step 3. So it's like a pyramid. In the beginning, you have the most deadlines, 12, and then step 2, you have 6, and step 3, you have 3. That means there is not a step 2 deadline for every step 1, and that means there is not a step 3 interview for every step 2. So I get this question a lot when a company says, what is the next deadline? When could we get the funding? When do we apply if you want to make the next step 2 or the next interview? And I always say, don't worry about that, because there are so many uncertainties with the timelines that you don't know exactly in which batch you're going to be. There's so many delays that can occur. Don't target a deadline because it would be near impossible for you to even make that. It's very common for a company to be rejected at least once in the process. Even of my funded companies, I have seen rejections. It's just how it is. They ended up getting funded anyway. You can be rejected in any step, 1, 2, 3, it doesn't matter. And since rejections are so common, there's no point in targeting because a rejection can throw you 3 months into the future. It's just how it is. You have to just wait longer. It's just going to mess up all your planning anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But generally speaking, let's say you want to start applying, you want to apply for step 1, so there will be the first Tuesday of the month. You look when is the next first Tuesday of the month. That is your step 1 deadline. That is what you target. Don't worry about step 2. Don't worry about step 3. Just target step 1. That's the next one. Then you send in the application. Once you send it in, you have to wait for at least 5 weeks. It's going to take the EIC at least 5 weeks to assess your step 1 proposal. Then you get a go or a no-go. If you get a no-go, you're back to step 1. You have to resubmit up to 3 times. If you get a go, you're in step 2. That means now you look at the calendar, when is the next step 2? It's every other first Wednesday of the month. And you can look at the deadlines, obviously, on my website, but then you start preparing your step 2 proposal. Or maybe you've already done that, but let's say you will submit your step 2 proposal on this particular Wednesday. Now you have to wait a little bit, and within about a week, you're going to get an email with an invitation for the step 2 interview. That usually looks like a calendar. So it's basically like a scheduling link. You can select dates when you're not available. They're going to give you, let's say, a 2-week window, and within that window, you can select whenever you're not available. Try to select the latest dates you have available because you have to practice the step 2 interview comprehensively. It's extremely important. The step 2 interview is going to define if you get to step 3. If you mess up the step 2 interview, all your work was for nothing. Like the step 1, the step 2, all the work you put in the proposal is for nothing if you mess up the interview. So you pick the latest possible date, and then you wait, and then they will confirm your date, and then you know, I'm going to have my step 2 interview then. Then you prepare, and once you have your interview, you're going to do the 1-hour interview with the evaluator. After that is done, you have to wait again, and if you're lucky, you get the step 3 invitation. If you're unlucky, you're back to step 2. You have to resubmit step 2. You're not back to step 1, you're back to step 2 because they don't throw you back to the very beginning, they just throw you back 1 step. So you're back to step 2. If you're invited to the interview, this is obviously great. Then you get a letter where they say, okay, you have been invited to the step 3 interviews in Brussels because you passed step 2. Then you have a date. Since you only have 3 deadlines per year, it might be that you have to wait, let's say, 3 months or something, but it could also be that you only have to wait 1.5 months. So it really depends on when you submit it. But again, this is so unpredictable. It's very difficult to plan this. So you just check when the interview is, and then you're in the interview. And then you're in Brussels. So you have, let's say one day you're going to arrive probably the day before, you're going to book a hotel with your team, 3 people are going to be there, and then you're going to pitch and you're going to do the Q&A. The step 3 interview, you have to also prepare very thoroughly. And after the interview is over, it's going to take, let's say, about 3 to 4 weeks, and then you're going to get the response, and then there's going to be a big announcement. You're probably going to get an email for validation before they make the announcement. If you get a rejection, you're probably not going to hear anything. You're going to hear in the last minute before they announce the winner. So they say, hey, sorry, you didn't make it through, and then you're back to step 2. But if you get funded, you start with the grant agreement contract. It's probably going to be a lot of due diligence you have to do. There are documents you have to upload. But again, this is when you're already selected. So then it's all straightforward from there to get the grant.